Hey guys, David here from Scizor Explosion. I'm joined here by Julian.
Hello guys.
And today we're going to be doing probably one of my favorite Stage 2 decks. This is Solgaleo GX. I played this deck a lot last format. It's probably one of my favorite Stage 2 decks. It's just so strong. And I feel it's really consistent. It does have the Stage 2 clog sometimes, which is a bummer. But when you pull off a turn 2 Solgaleo, yeah, most of the time it's just game from there. Because he's just hits so dang hard. But I'm really excited to share this deck profile with you. With the rotation, I feel like Stage 2 decks have gotten a lot stronger. Would you agree, Julian?
Yes.
Yeah, Stage 2 decks have gotten a lot stronger. The format slowed down quite a bit, giving your Stage 2s time to charge, to set up and get your rare candies off and get your Solgaleos out and stuff like that. We're almost up to 100 subscribers, and once we hit there, we're going to do another giveaway. And this time, we're going to be giving away some Pokemon GX. Quite a few. I think we're going to do 10 this time. But not all of them are going to be hyper rare. We are going to throw some hyper rares and some full arts in the mix. But we'll give you details on that once we get closer. So 100 subscribers, another Pokemon GX giveaway. So y'all stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's get into this deck profile of Solgaleo GX. Post-rotation, the Sun and Moon through Celestial Storm format. To start off, we play 4 copies of Cosmog. We gotta have those Cosmogs so we can play, so we can get up to our Solgaleos. And I do prefer the Dusk Gathering Cosmog. You can play this one, the Teleport. The only reason I'm playing this one in here is because it's foil. But if I had another foil Dusk Gathering Cosmog, I would play it. But 4 copies of Cosmog. Next up, we play 2 copies of Cosmoem with that teleport attack, which has come in handy a couple times. Sometimes my opponents try to goose me in my Cosmog and leave it stuck there in the active, but I'll evolve it to a Cosmoem teleport for my attack to get it out of the active. Maybe bring up something like a Solgaleo Prisma Star. But yeah, Cosmoem is basically though more a stepping stone than anything else to our main attacker, who is 3 copies of Solgaleo GX in that beautiful full art. I love it. Solgaleo GX is a really good Pokemon for several reasons. First off, it's got 250 HP, the highest HP in the game. Highest unboosted HP, anyway. I guess Gyarados could get up to 280 with a not fighting Fury Belt. What is it? Bodybuilding dumbbells.
Yes.
So 250 HP, best HP in the game. The ability Ultra Road, once per turn before your attack, you can switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched. It just lets you get out of the active with such a high retreat cost on your Solgaleo. And this format, there's nothing to shut off your abilities. No Garbodor. You do have Slacking, but I really don't see that seeing a whole lot of play. But yeah, this lets you freely switch your Pokemon around, bring up whichever Pokemon you want, and then start attacking with them. And then you have his main attack, Sunsteel Strike, for 2 metals and a colorless energy, does 230 damage. Discard all energy attached to this Pokemon, which really isn't that high of a cost because we have easy ways to get those energies back on. And you don't have to worry about them goosming up and killing your Solgaleo because he's got such a high HP. Your GX attack is the main thing you want to get off in your first couple turns of play. Soul Burst GX for a single metal energy. Search your deck for any 5 energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. Really strong. Get your Solgaleos all charged up and start taking some knockouts with your Sunsteel Strike. He's got a nice resistance to Psychic, which is really good too, since Malamar is such a big deck right now. He can take those hits for days. I mean, even things like Necrozma GX cannot knock him out. They're gonna have to get like 5 energies on the Necrozma or 4 with a Choice Band. So yeah, it's really hard to knock this thing out. So 3 copies of Solgaleo GX. Then we do play 1 copy of the baby Solgaleo because he's a really strong attacker. Shining Arrow is really good. It's got that you can hit 50 damage on one of your opponent's Pokemon, just like Alolan Ninetales GX has the Ice Blade attack. Shining Arrow is kind of the same thing. And then Fangs of the Sun does 170 damage for 2 metals and a colorless. You can't use Fangs of the Sun next turn. But if you have a Solgaleo GX down, you can just Ultra Road him out of the active. Then if you have 2 down, you could Ultra Road him back in and then reactivate his Fangs of the Sun attack. 170 is enough to knock out something like a Tapu Lele. At a Choice Band, you're hitting things like Rayquaza. You're hitting Buzzwole for a 1-shot. and stuff like that. He's just a really good attacker. 160 HP is really good for a non-GX Pokemon. So, one copy of your Solgaleo GX, or non-GX Solgaleo. One copy of Solgaleo Prism Star. He's really good with that Radiant Star attack to charge up your Solgaleos. For each of your opponent's Pokemon in play, attach a Metal Energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon any way you like. And then Corona Impact for 4 Metal Energies, 160 damage. This Pokemon cannot use Corona Impact cannot attack during the next turn. But still, with Ultra Road active, that is not that big of a deal in this deck. Plus, you got cards like Guzma, you can get out of the active if you need to. So, yeah, Solgaleo Prism Star is a really good card, and I think a must for any metal deck that takes high energy costs. 2 copies of Rayquaza, the non-GX Rayquaza, with the Turbo Storm attack. This is another way we can get our energies back. You attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon, and also you hit for some ping damage. So if you're going up against something like a Metagross that has 250 HP, that's just out of one-shot range for Solgaleo, bring up your Rayquaza and ping him for 30, and then next turn bring up your Solgaleo GX and knock him out. So it's really, really strong combo. I played this last format with my Solgaleo that I had back then, but new addition is the Solgaleo Prism Star, which is really, really good. And to end off the Pokemon line, guys, we got 2 copies of Tapu Lele GX for that Wonder Tag ability. Get us those supporters. I do play Volkner in this deck. Yeah, I know I don't play any Lightning in this deck, but it does search out those item cards. It's like the Skylar replacement for this format. It just makes the deck a lot more consistent. I did try Order Pad in here, and Order Pad's good when it works. If you get a Heads, it is a really, really good card. If you do not get a Heads, it's just a waste of a card in your deck. That's the thing about Volkner. It's a guarantee. I mean, it does use up your supporter for the turn, but if it gets you a Solgaleo out and lets you use your Soul Burst GX, then it's a good card in my opinion. A good spot, a worthy spot in this deck. So 2 copies of Tapu Lele GX. Now, guys, on to the supporters. We play 4 copies of Cynthia, of course. Shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards. Just your basic draw supporter for this format. 3 copies of Guzma. I've been considering bumping this up to 4, but so far I haven't had any problems with 3. I do also play Palpad in this deck, and I think I've mentioned this before in my other videos. Palpad is a very good card. It's found its way into a lot of my decks, letting me lower my supporter counts on some of these, like Guzma. But usually my targets for Palpad, whenever I use it, are Guzma and maybe a Cynthia or a Lily or something like that. Guzma's just really good for bringing up those Pokemon you want to take down. With Solgaleo, you'll notice that you'll knock out GX and your opponent will send up like a non-GX. You're going to find your way around that, and Guzma is the best way to do that, I think. So 3 copies of Guzma. Then we go with 2 copies of Lily. Lily is just your basic draw supporter. Usually the draw supporter I like to go for first turn. You know, Lele for Lily, and draw up to 8 cards if it's your first turn. So, really strong combo. And next up we play 2 copies of Hala. Now Hala is really good in this deck because usually by turn 2 you want to get off Soul Burst GX. So you bring up your Solgaleo, Soul Burst, and then next turn your Hala is active. Shuffle your hand into your deck. If you've used your GX attack, draw 7 cards. If not, draw 4. But usually, you're going to draw 7, because your first goal in this deck is to evolve into a Solgaleo, then use Soul Burst GX. So that's the play, and that's what you want to do, and that's why Hala is such a good card in this deck. Now, I do play 2 copies of Volkner. I mentioned this before. Search your deck for an item card and electric energy. Reveal them and add them to your hand. We do not play electric energy in here, but we do play item cards in here. And those item cards are very crucial. We need to get our rare candies. We need to get our Ultra Balls. Sometimes we need to search out a Choice Band. We do play 2 copies of Choice Band in this deck. Just because Solgaleo can't knock out everything in one shot. Like I said, there's Metagross. There's opposing Solgaleo decks. There's even things like Decidueye GX that have 240 HP, and Shifter GX has 240. So there's some of those Pokemon that are just out of one-shot range, and if you can't bring up a Rayquaza or something to ping them for a little bit of damage, use Volkner to search out that Choice Band, attach it, and then destroy them. Excuse me. OTK. And then the last supporter we play is 1 copy of Judge for that Disruption. I've learned from playing games with my friends that Disruption is very, 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 very important. You don't want them to get off combos they're searching out. Maybe they use an Alolan Vulpix to search out 2 Pokemon, maybe something they can use with a rare candy. You don't want them to do that, so you're going to judge them. And Judge really isn't too bad in this deck, because usually once you get your Solgaleos down, it's just a prize game from there. You start drawing your prizes nearly every turn, and you'll fuel your hand with those prizes you draw. So 1 copy of Judge. And that's it for the supporters, guys. Next up, to the item cards, 4 copies of Ultra Ball, naturally. Discard 2 cards, search your deck for any Pokemon, add it to your hand. Really, really strong card, and basic search for any Pokemon deck. 4 copies of Rare Candy. Oh, wait, that's 3. There's 4. 4 copies of Rare Candy to get to our Solgaleos as quickly as possible. Like I said, Volkner is very important in here too, to search out these rare candies if you do not draw them in your hand. So, yeah. I find with the 2 Volkners, the 4 rare candies, and the Ultra Balls, I mean, you usually get out Solgaleo no later than turn 3. If you're getting something out, if you're not getting it out by turn 3, there's something wrong, and you're probably going to lose the match. But 4 copies of rare candy. Next up, we do play 3 copies of Nest Ball, so we can get out those basics. We don't have Bridget, and we don't have Elm's Lecture yet, so we've got to go with Nest Ball for now. Once Elm's Lecture does come out, though, I do think I will run a couple copies of that in here. So, Nest Ball, really good for searching out those basic Pokemons. 2 copies of Max Potion, because Max Potion is so good in this deck. It's just crazy to get a Solgaleo down, attack with Soul Burst GX, and your opponent's like, ha, I got you now, I'm going to 2-shot you to death, and you're like, nope, Max Potion. You already discard all your energies anyway with Solgaleo, so you can Max Potion, Ultra Road into a new fresh Solgaleo, and take them down. So Max Potion is really, really strong. Also a good Volkner target in this deck. I played 2 copies of Mysterious Treasure. This is something I'm testing out, and so far it's been working out all right. If you don't have Nest Ball, you can play Mysterious Treasure. We do play a lot of Psychics in this deck. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Psychics in the deck. So yeah, Mysterious Treasure can help you get down those Cosmogs, get you those Cosmoems, or even your Tapu Leles if you need them. I found it's really, really good in this deck. It's just a tech I'm trying out, so you can try it. You don't have to try it in your deck if you don't want to. 2 copies of Choice Band for that little extra damage. Like I said, Solgaleo GX cannot knock out everything, but he does knock out most things. Yeah, I have a lot of love for Solgaleo GX. But anyway, 2 copies of Choice Band just to get that little extra damage. Metagross, you can't knock out opposing Metagrosses. You can't knock out opposing other Solgaleos. There's some other 250 HP. Gyarados, we mentioned earlier. Decidueye GX. Some of those Pokemon that are just out of 230 HP range. We want to get that Choice Band and knock those Pokemon out. So 2 copies of Choice Band. And the last item we play is 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher. Rescue Stretcher is good for getting all those Stage 2s back into your deck. If you happen to get a Solgaleo knocked out, yeah, you can add it back to your hand if you have a Rare Candy, and then Rare Candy Solgaleo. You can even shuffle them back into the deck, and then play Cynthia, try to get a chance of drawing those back into your hand. So 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher. And to end off the deck, guys, we've got 10 copies of Basic Metal. I feel like 10 is a really comfortable count. You'll find once you Soul Burst, most of your energies will be gone. Yes. Because you'll Soul Burst for 5, that's half, so you're only going to have, well, I guess it'll be 6, right? Because you'll have to have 1 attached in order to Soul Burst. So you should only have 4 energies, as long as you didn't prize any left in your deck. So, yeah, 10 I think is a very comfortable count. You can get all those energies into play and then start recycling them with things like your Rayquaza and your Solgaleo Prism Star. So, 10 copies of Basic Metal Energy, and then I also play 3 copies of Double Colorless Energy. This does count as an attachment, so it's really good because your Solgaleo's attack takes Metal Colorless. So, if you happen to find a point where you cannot attach a Metal Energy, you can attach a Double Colorless Energy, and it will work just the same. But mainly, the Double Colorless Energies are for the Rayquazas and the Tapu Leles in order to do an energy attachment. And also, Soul Burst lets you search your deck for any 5 energy cards. It doesn't have to be basic. So you can search your deck for 4 metals and a Double Colorless, attach the Double Colorless to your Rayquaza, and then attach the other metals to your Solgaleos or your Cosmoems or Cosmogs in play. So really, really good. I think 3's fine. I may even cut it down to 2 and then play an 11th metal energy, but I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. But anyway, that is the deck profile, guys. Solgaleo GX. This deck I'm going to keep around for a while because I've been sad watching it just sit all lonely in my book. I want it out, and I want it to destroy people, so I shall leave it built.
Destroy, really?
Yes,
I think you're
destroy. Destroy people with Solgaleo. I remember when I first built this deck, and everybody was like, "The deck is so good." It was good. It was really good, and we did lose things like Heavy Ball in this deck. I played 2 copies in the last format, but Heavy Ball is gone, sadly. Maybe they'll reprint it, fingers crossed, but I doubt they'll reprint it for a while. But anyway, Solgaleo GX, he's going to be around for a while. They just reprinted him in Ultra Prism with the gold secret rare, so and it has the new set symbol on it. So Solgaleo is not going anywhere for at least another 2 or 3 years. So, and also in October, we're getting the new Solgaleo GX. That it's a Solgaleo GX, so you can only play still 4. So you could play like 2 of these and 2 of the others. The other one has an ability that says all your Pokemon have no weakness. And then its second attack takes a double colorless energy, does 120 damage, and you get to attach 2 basic energies from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, just like Rayquaza's Turbo Storm attack. And then its GX attack probably won't see a whole lot of play since you still want to go for the Soul Burst GX first turn. But its GX attack for, I think, a double colorless energy heals all damage from all of your Pokemon in play. And he still has the 250 HP and everything like that. So, yeah, that Solgaleo is going to be really good. I'm thinking about still doing the 3 of this Solgaleo and then the 1 of that Solgaleo. And also keep the baby still in here. Just for those matchups if we happen to go up against something like Hoopa or a Alolan Ninetales that stops all GXs and EXs. But anyway, I digress. That'll be something to look forward to. I will probably give another deck profile in October once that card comes out. Plus, we'll be getting close to Lost Thunder, the next set, and I'm really excited for that set. A lot of decks I'm gonna want to build in there. But y'all let us know in the comments below what you think of Solgaleo GX, and maybe all Stage 2 decks in general. Do you think they're still good? Do you think they're going to get better? I know that like things like Baby Buzzwole with Gardevoir just won a regional championship. And then the Shining Lugia, which I am planning on building and profiling for you guys. I know that deck is going really well, so look forward to that. Give me a few days to get all the cards. I got 1 Shining Lugia, and I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and get the other Lugias. So, but I don't think anybody in our trading group has any more Lugias. But anyway. That's all for this deck profile. You guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know if there's any other deck profiles you would like to see. We've got some more deck profiles coming on the horizon, so y'all just wait patiently for that, and we'll get those to you. This is David and Julian from Scizor Explosion, and we'll see you all next time.